Hello Imbibers, welcome back to today's session. Once again, we are here with the another discussion and of course the practice session related to pteridophytes. Yesterday we had this detailed discussions related to pteridophyte, their classes, their life cycle and of course the reproduction method and the habitat. We have discussed all the things related to the pteridophytes. So today we are going to solve the questions related to pteridophytes. So this is the practice session of the pteridophytes. So children, like we have been discussing the plant kingdom all this while, we have been discussing the particular class we are going to discuss and we are going to have this practice session related to it. So we have already completed the algae, bryophytes, and now we are on the verge of completing the pteridophytes. In the next session, we are going to basically talk about the angiosperms and the gymnosperm after that. So children, I really hope that these classes are being of real help to you. Yes, since we are discussing anything related to your board examination only, your home examination only. Yes, so this is once again the another practice session related to the pteridophytes. Let's see what we have in today's session. What are the questions related to it? The very first thing, yes, today's topic will cover the questions only related to the pteridophyta. Yes, we have already completed the algae, the bryophytes. Now we have completed the pteridophytes. After that, we are going to discuss about the angiosperms and of course the gymnosperms and of course the life cycle related to both the plants, all the plants, yes, be it what kind of a life cycle they have. So we already had this detailed discussion. Let's see what are the practice questions we have in today's session. The very first question on your screen is this. So children, what the Embibe app, if you join us on the Embibe app, please, there we can directly answer rather than commenting in the comment section. You can directly answer on the Embibe app. Yes, it does give you a facility to attempt the question, yes, through your laptop, mobile phone, anything which device you are using. So please join us on the Embibe app and have this amazing practice session interaction. Yes, so the very first thing, which is the first group of vascular plants? Yes, which is the first group of vascular plants? Is it the first land plants? What do you call them? The first group of vascular plants. Is it Thallophyta? Is it Pteridophyta? It is Bryophyta or it is Spermatophyta? I think it is very simple. Yes, it is absolutely simple. The first group of vascular plants are neither thallophytes, which are algae, neither bryophytes, neither spermatophyta. It is absolutely true. This is our pteridophytes. Pteridophytes are the first land vascular plants which have the xylem phloem for the conduction and they are absolutely present on the land. Yes, these are the first. So children, the xylem and phloem, the vascular tissues are not that advanced in this particular, but they do have the xylem and phloem. Yes, xylem vessels are completely absent, but there are presence of trachees. This we have discussed in the yesterday's session already. Let's move on to our next question, children. Which one is a vascular cryptogram? Very simple. Cryptograms, you know, the seedless plants. And what do you think among them is a vascular plant plus it's a cryptogram? Very simple. Ginkgo biloba, Equisetum, Cedrus markensia. I think it's very common. I know if you have even just gone through the NCERT, you will be able to answer this. It's very simple. Yes? Very simple. Very simple. What are the first vascular cryptogram? Which among them is a vascular cryptogram? Vascular, which have xylem phloem, cryptogram are seedless plants. Which among these have all that? Come on, quickly answer. Children, very simple. Equisetum, Ginkgo biloba, Cedrus markensia. Which going to be the first? Yes? The answer would be what? Let's take a couple of seconds to answer. Think about it, then answer. Yes? Yes? The answer would be the vascular cryptogram is the Equisetum, because Ginkgo biloba, Cedrus are the gymnosperms which are phanerograms and markensia is what? Markensia is no doubt cryptogram, but it is not vascular, it belongs to the bryophytes. The answer would be the Equisetum. Very simple. Next question, children. Tracheophyta with habitual heterophyly absence of companion cells but the presence of vessels. Which among them is basically possessing such kind of a characteristics? They are Tracheophyta with habitual heterophily. You know, two type of leaves present, heterophily, homophily. Yes, we have already discussed about this. What according to you is basically presenting this? Yes, Tracheophyta with habitual heterophily, absence of companion cell but the presence of vessels. What is the answer? What is the correct answer of this? The absence of companion cells but the presence of vessels. Yes, children, it is a connecting link between the gymnosperms and the pteridophytes. Yes, answer would be the Slegionella. Slegionella is had the habitual heterophily, and it basically shows this is a spike moss which the most part of the world can tolerate range of climates. They are found in the Arctic and the tropics but are most common in the tropical regions. They show considerable variation since they are being found in the various regions. So, they show a huge variation in the size, in the symmetry and the morphology. So, Slegionella is the correct answer. Next question we have is the seedless vascular plants are, the seedless vascular plants among these are what? Yes, the seedless vascular plants are, what among them is a seedless vascular plant? What among them is a seedless vascular plant? Which among them is a seedless vascular plant? Very simple. Among them is a seedless vascular plant is the ferns. The ferns are the seedless, they are cryptograms and they are completely vascular plants. Liverworts, mosses, monocots, so we cannot generalize monocots. Yes, liverworts and mosses belong to the bryophytes. Yes, the next question, children, is the most primitive member in which the roots are not present. What is the most primitive member of pteridophytes? Coelotum, Rhynia, Lycopodium, Slegionella. This is the most primitive member of pteridophytes. Yes, which do not have roots present in it. Which among them is the most primitive member in which roots are not present? Yes, very simple, absolutely. Coelotum, Rhynia, Lycopodium, Slegionella, roots are not present, children. This whole question revolves around that the roots are not present and that is absolutely primitive. Very simple. The answer is the Rhynia. The Rhynia is basically a pteridophyte categorized into 4 classes. You know, Coelopsida, Lycopsida, Synopsida, Phyllocopsida. The Coelopsida and Coelophytes lack roots, do not show rhizoids with green photosynthetic aerial stem. Very simple. Next question. A vascular cryptogram. A vascular cryptogram. A plant which is completely seedless but it has a vascular system. Which among them is the correct one? Yes, very simple. Ginkgo biloba, Mertensia, Ceteris acustum, which is a vascular cryptogram? Yes, quickly answer. A vascular cryptogram is Acustum, Ceteris, Mertensia, Ginkgo. Very simple, the answer would be the ecosystem is the vascular cryptogram. We have discussed about the non-vascular cryptogram. This is a vascular cryptogram. Next question. Which of the one is heterosporous? Heterospory, children. Heterospory. Megasporangium, microsporangium. Very simple, the answer would be which among them is a heterospory, showing the heterospory. It is the Salvinia. Salvinia show the heterospory, which is the megasporangium and microsporangium. Heterosporous means the production of spores on different sizes. It is a floating fern. It grows in a slow moving nutrient rich. Bryopteris is homosporous, Adiatum is also homosporous, and ecosystem is also homosporous. Please remember this, Bryopteris, Adiatum and ecosystem is homosporous. Next, which of the following has a dominant phase in pteridophyte? Which among them represent the dominant phase? Very simple, absolutely very simple. Which among them represents the dominating stage in pteridophytes? Capsule, gametophyte, sporophyte, embryo. Children, this has to be very simple, I know. Which is the dominant phase in pteridophytes? Yes? Quickly. Which is the dominant phase in the pteridophytes? Just yesterday only we have discussed about the life cycle, the dominant phase, and of course there is a haploid phase, diplontic phase. The dominant phase would be the sporophyte. The sporophyte, which bears root stem leaf like structure, is the dominant phase of the pteridophytes. Yesterday when we were discussing about the life cycle, I have mentioned over there also. Yes, they have haplodiplontic life cycle, where the sporophyte is a diploid and gametophyte is an haploid. Yes, this we have already discussed. Next question. A prothallus is what? What is a prothallus? We have discussed this also. What is a prothalli, which will develop into what? Prothallus. What is a prothallus? Very simple. Yes, what is prothallus? Quickly. Answer, read carefully. It's very simple. Just because the question is lengthy doesn't mean it is difficult. It is very simple. Please answer this carefully. Yes. A prothallus is what? Yes. A prothallus is what? A prothallus, children, is a structure, a gametophytic freely living structure from the pteridophyte. It is a prothalli. Yesterday we have discussed about it. What is prothallus? In pteridophytes, spores germinate to form a porthallus. Prothallus, it is short-lived, inconspicuous, heart-shaped structure with a number of rhizoid developed beneath the sex organs such as archegonium and antheridium. The prothalli will give rise to a archegonium and antheridium. Very simple, we have discussed about this. Next question. Heterosporous pteridophytes show certain characteristics which are precursor of a seed habit in gymnosperms. One of the characteristics is what? What is resemblance of a seed habit in the pteridophytes? Yes. Read carefully. This is also seed habit we have also discussed. Yes. Heterosporous pteridophytes show certain characteristics which are precursor to the seed habit. Yes. Yes, the correct answer would be the retention of gametophyte on the sporophyte and development of the embryo within it is a clearly, this is a certain characteristic which show the seed habit. U is being developed in the pteridophyte, which will be totally resembling in the gymnosperms. Yes. Next question. In pteridophyte, a spore germinate to produce a what? In a pteridophyte, when the spore is formed after the meiosis, what it will germinate to form? Very simple. A spore will germinate to produce what? Yes. In pteridophyte, a spore germinates to produce what? Sporophyte, sporangium, prothallus, microsporophyll, what? Spore germinates to produce what? Very simple. Prothallus. It is going to basically form a prothallus. Absolutely simple. A main plant body of pteridophytes are sporophytic and diploid that produce spore. During this process, the spore mother cell undergo meiosis and produce haploid spore. These spores germinate to produce haploid multicellular corded independent gametophyte called prothallus, which will have arthridium and archegonium. Next question. Which of the following are under tracheophyta, that is vascular plants? Very simple. Which among them is a vascular plants or a tracheophyta? Yes. Which among them is under the tracheophyta, that is the vascular plants? Yes. Which among them is under the tracheophyta, that is the vascular plants? Very simple. It is the all of these pteridophytes, gymnosperm, angiosperm all have well developed vascular system and they are called vascular plants. Next question. Meiosis, which is a reductional division in pteridophytes takes place at which time? Very simple. Meiosis, which is a reductional division, takes place at the time of spore formation, sexual organ formation, germination of spores, gamete formation. Yes. Spore formation, good. I can see correct answer. Yes, during the spore formation, the meiosis will take place. Good, absolutely correct. Next question. One of the most common characteristic between Funaria and Dryopteris. What is a common characteristics between Funaria and Dryopteris? What is a common characteristics between the Funaria and the Dryopteris? Funaria and the Dryopteris. Yes. What is a common factor between both of them? What is a common factor between Funaria and Dryopteris? It is monoecious gametophyte. The gametophyte in which monoecious, that is male and female sex organs, are on the same plant but on different branches. Next question. Microphylous leaves are produced in, the microphylous leaves are produced in, yes, the microphylous leaves are produced in moss, legionella, pteridum, pinus, where the macrophyly, yesterday we have discussed, simple leaf, simple venation, yes, complex leaf, complex venation. The microphylous leaves are produced in which? Moss, legionella, pteridum, pinus, yes, quickly answer. The microphylous leaves are present in, produced in moss, legionella, pteridum, pinus, yes, where they are present. How to do preparation of biology? By attending the classes regularly, solving good questions and reading carefully your NCERT. Yes, and after the session, after you basically go through a particular concept wherein a detailed description has been already given and you think you have understood the concept, the only thing for the preparation is important that you can solve as much as questions you want. Okay, Pranit? Yes? If you think you have understood pteridophytes, solve questions related to pteridophytes. It will help you recall everything what you have studied. Yes? And thoroughly, first of all, you have to go thoroughly through one concept and answer questions regarding to it. The botany, the biology part of the 11th standard is little bit more of remembering things rather than more conceptual. There are less concept and more of the grasping, so that the grasping thing will all be getting into your head when you practice more and more questions. So, microphylous leaves are produced in the legionella. Legionella have a microphylous leaves like condition. If we have smaller leaves and a very simple venation, yes, the leaves are present in the leaves of the legionella. Yes, and even the ferns also have this kind of a structure. Yes, next question, children. The prothallus means what? What do you mean by prothallus? Immature gametophyte, immature sporophyte, immature archegonium, or none of these? What is a prothallus? Very simple, we have been discussing this all while. What is a prothallus? Immature gametophyte, mature sporophyte, very simple, quickly answer. Yes? A prothallus means it is none of these. Either it's not immature gametophyte, not immature sporophyte, it is none of these. A prothallus is a gametophytic stage in the life of a sperm. Yes, a prothallus is a gametophytic stage. It is a stage. Next question. Microsporangia and megasporangia are found in some strobilus, ferns, flagella, pinus, moss, among which the megasporangia and microsporangia are being found. Yes, ferns, legionella, pinus, moss. Which among them possess the microsporangia and megasporangia? Heterosporous, homospory. Remember? Yes, quickly. Which among them possess both microsporangia and megasporangia? Quickly, the answer would be the legionella. You know the legionella possess the microsporangia, produces microspore, while the megasporangia producing megaspore, and both are basically present in the legionella. It will show heterospory. What is heterospory? Two types of spores are present, either microspore and also the megaspore. Okay. Next question. Scorocarp is a reproductive structure in what? Some algae, some aquatic ferns, angiosperm having spores, or bryophytes. Sporocarp. Sporocarp is a reproductive structure among which? Algae, aquatic, angiosperms. Quickly. Which is the structure sporocarp is present in which? Algae, some aquatic fern, angiosperms having spores, or the bryophytes. Yes? Yes, some algae, some aquatic ferns having sori, angiosperms having spores. Which among them is a reproductive structure? Yes, the simple is the some aquatic fern will have sporocarp. Sorry, yes. Next question. Which of the following does not have strobilus? Which of the following does not have strobilus? Which of the following does not have strobilus? Yes. What do you think? The strobilus is not present in the following. Ferns, Legionella, Pinus, Moss. Which of the following do not have these strobilus? Yes. Yes, the answer would be the fern. The fern do not have strobilus. Very simple. In the fern, the leaves have sori and often called sporophylous and are covered by indusium. The leaves with sori are called sporophylls, but they do not have strobilus. Next question. Heterospory and seed habit are often discussed in a relation of a structure called, which is the structure related to the seed habit? Spathe, bract, petiole, ligule. Which is a particular structure related to the seed habit? Yes, absolutely very simple. Just put your little bit of brain which exactly looks like heterospory, bract, petiole, ligule. It has to be the ligule is basically the plant which have two types of spore reproductive system are called heterosporous. They show heterospory, and ligule is a part which basically show this kind of a structure. Next question. Vessels are not present in xylem of, in which among the xylem has absence of vessels, among which the xylem has no vessels? Yes, among four of them which does not have vessels. Yes, quickly. The vessels are not present in the xylem of both pteridophytes and gymnosperm, because xylem vessels are the first with the most advanced form present in the angiosperms. Next question. Botanical snakes are called, what are the botanical snakes? What are the botanical snakes? Algae, fungi, bryophytes, pteridophyte. What are called the botanical snakes? Which among them are called as the botanical snakes? Yes, algae, fungi, bryophytes, pteridophytes. Yes, the correct answer would be pteridophytes are called botanical snakes. Next question. The main plant body of a pteridophyte is what? What is a dominant phase in the pteridophyte? 1000 times I have already told you. What is the main plant body? The dominant part of the plant body in the pteridophyte is the sporophytes. Very simple. Sporophyte, which is developed into root, stem and leaf, is the dominant phase in the pteridophytes. Next question. Seed habit was first originated in? In which of the plants the seed habits were first originated in? Ferns, pines, where? Where do you find a seed habit? The seed habit were first seen in ferns. Having a seeds basically is a first seen in ferns. Next question. Which of the following example is correct with respect to vascular cryptogram? What is among them is a vascular cryptogram? Which among them is a vascular cryptogram? Very simple. Acustem is a vascular cryptogram. Next, the origin of seed habit can be traced in Legionella as, what is the reason that we can trace the seed habit? Female gametophyte is free, dispersed like seeds. Yes. What is the reason that we can see origin of the seed habits? Yes, the answer would be the embryo develops into a female gametophyte which is retained on the parent sporophyte. Just a second.
Keep imbibing. We believe in you.